So since I'm putting the carpet back in, got these clips off Etsy. That way they should just clip right in to their original place. And voila. So there, there, and there. And if you've never installed Jetstream headlights before, this is pretty much the process to kind of go through that. There's going to be 4 bolts, each in a corner. Essentially, you'll put the light in. As you can see here, you'll bolt with the spring in between. That way you're able to actually keep the light in a solid position. And then you'll go from the top and put the top cover back on. And then when you go through the process to throw them in, there's a little stand that needs to be put in place first. There's a left side and a right side, so they are position correct or passenger driver correct sides. But that way you're able to put it in there, put the bolts in on the side, and then there's a bolt behind where the coolant overflow is, and then that way you're able to securely position everything and lock it in place. Then you can put the screws in the front. And like I said, the driver's side and the passenger side are basically the same exact thing, just there is one mounting spot on the back that is different, so don't mix those up. Now we're just putting the turn signals back in. I had an old set that were stock, but they were cracked, so I ended up replacing them. Had those painted over. All right, so I need to put my turn signals on. I had these painted. I saw another car, I don't remember who it was, but yeah, I saw that this was painted and I was like, that looks so clean. This looks clean. So got those painted, same color as the car. But now I have those turn signals we talked about before that are up in here. And here's the wiring for the lights that have that halo kind of square around everything. So that is soldered in here on the green wire for the turn signal. On this side, this is previous work, so I never did it on the other side yet because I was trying to figure out if that's how I wanted to run it or if I wanted to change it. So I'll push this back in there, plug it up, and then make sure that the turn signal works what I want it to. Otherwise, I'll flip the wire to, I think, red, if I'm not mistaken. Black's obviously ground, but yeah, we'll test it again and then make sure we know what we're doing. I had it on the wrong wire. I'll just change it from green to red, and then we should be set. So that way, whenever it kicks on, it should kick on for this part, same with daytime running lights and everything, which is what I'm looking for. All right, so for the headlights, or I guess the turn signals of the headlights, this is the wiring harness for the turn signal, which I'm not going to really be using the turn signal anymore because it's painted, but I'm going to be switching this connection over from the green wire to the red wire, which should give us the blink and everything that we want from that standpoint. I'm just going to unsolder this, resolder it here, and then do the same thing on the other side, and then we should be set. Now we got both sides all wrapped up. Now we can put these in. All right, so I already plugged that side in. So we should be able to plug this side in underneath, so it's kind of difficult to get in here. Just put that up here so I can see it somewhere. And then this should go here. Hopefully I did this right. Ta-da! So this is what I'm aiming for when the lights are daytime running lights. So that's the light, but can you see that? That's gonna be the question. All right, so before I end up moving those lights that are at the bottom that I just showed you, I'm gonna turn off all the lights. And then I'm gonna turn the car to where the turn signals come on. Let's see, is it bright enough? It seemed bright enough. It's like you're just driving around and you see lights coming out. I would think that you'd be able to tell, but it's just me. So now that we got the car back, I'm trying to put the carpet back in. So I'm just gonna go work and take the hard top off. That way it's a little bit easier to get in here, kind of see everything that I'm getting into. The hard top doesn't have any seals on it, so I was trying my best to not move it around too much without scratching everything, now that it is fresh paint. So once we got that off, I was able to get inside, take the seat out that was barely bolted in, just so I could get to my destination. That way we can start working on some of the things on the inside. Part of this was from my makeshift charcoal canister that I have run into the back. So I just needed to cut a hole in that original fitting, or the rubber grommet. That way I could just keep everything internal and I don't have to go around. And at this point we are ready to put the carpet in. So we ended up grabbing the vacuum cleaner, just getting all the debris, any of the small dirt, grime, anything we can pick up with a vacuum cleaner. That way we wouldn't have to have that underneath the carpet. Nobody wants dirt under the carpet, so I put it out in the sun just to kind of make it move around a little bit and kind of flatten out as well. All right, so we're gonna put the rain rails back on. I labeled them driver and passenger so I knew where they went. So this will be a lot easier putting them back together because they bend a little different. All right, so we just put the rain guards on here. Now we just gotta put the weather stripping on. Here is the part number. Boop. We'll essentially go right here on both ends. So let's go. Let's go. Weather stripping on the inside. Nice. And then I started working on putting the rain rail part on for the hard top or the soft top, just to kind of protect the edge from getting inside. So I just kind of grabbed some silicone that I had for the oil pan and just kind of lined that up around everything, just to give it a little extra security for it, just to make sure it didn't move. All right, so started putting the carpet in. This part, I mean, none of it has holes, so that part's a bummer, but I have this piece already, so I'll use this again for the old one, and then I'll just drill out the holes so I have new carpet. And then the front, it seems like it doesn't really fit. It doesn't really go like, it's not even going end to end here, and it's pretty much all the way down. Even if it wasn't, and it was just floating, it doesn't seem to reach the edge all the way. It seems like it's long enough lengthwise, but it's not long enough widthwise. It seems like it was like cut in the center where it should have been longer, and I'm not sure what's up with that. So I'll contact them and then see what they say. But I looked online, and this floor piece is supposed to be on the left side, not the right side. So I'm kind of confused on that too. It's not like you can put this upside down because obviously there's all the floor stuff on the bottom. So yeah, we'll just see what they say, and then we'll go from there. But I don't think I can put the carpet in under this condition, so we'll see what they say and go from there. All right, so I talked to the guys at Stock Interiors, and apparently it's a pretty common thing. The carpet was flipped, so where you would think it's like a bed sheet, where it feels like the long way, the length should go this way, it's really the long way should go this way. So I just rotated it, and then now the foot portion is in the driver's side. So now I have plenty of carpet that reaches both end to end. So now we really just need to get everything where we want it position wise, and then kind of go from there. But I gotta put the door bars in, I gotta put the roll bar in, so I'm gonna do that before, now that this is all kind of lining up properly again. But yeah, we'll keep going. Gotta take the wheels off, do the whole shebang, the usual stuff, and then we'll keep going with this. So I'm bolting up the roll bar and door bar. So get the holes already drilled out from before. So if you ever put a roll bar in your car, you will need to drill holes. So just prepare for that. But it's a safety thing, so I'd recommend doing it. But yeah, I'm really just gonna bang all this stuff out real quick, and then get onto the carpet, because I really want to get that done tonight, because that's gonna take a while. So I'll see you when we get to the carpet. That's pretty much where we're at for tonight, so pretty happy. We'll cut the holes for the carpet on everything tomorrow, and then I think those are the major things. There's some AC stuff over there, things like that we can hook up. But yeah, we can put the seats in, and hopefully it'll be ready to go. All right, so we got the carpet pretty much situated. As far as where we want to place it, these are kind of bolstered out already, so kind of lines up with where we need it. Same with pretty much everything else. So now it doesn't have any cutouts, like I said before, so I need to find pretty much covered up the transmission hole, which is right here. So I need to cut that out, and then I need to cut out just the spots for right here, which is where the dash will mount in. But yeah, it's looking good as far as carpet is concerned. These will get pushed over the edge. I need to cut right here for the roll bar, or the door bar itself, and then be able to pull it over. Trying to avoid cutting it too far. I'm just going to cut it enough, and then these will be the spots where the carpet kind of gets cinched back in, and then we have a cover for that. So yeah, keep moving, almost there. Okay, so I'm literally just going through, feeling for stuff, and then trying to cut it out so I have the room, but I'm trying to keep the carpet really tight at the same time, so there's not a lot of folding and stuff. So there's another one here for the blower motor, so just feeling the edges of it, filling out where it should be at, and then just cutting right into the carpet. And it's thick because it has that back layer, so it pretty much needs a little bit of muscle to get it to cut all the way through and through. So the best advice I can give anybody who's trying to put in new carpet, just don't. But you know, if you're going to, and you just have to do it, easiest way for me, at least that I found, is kind of to use the screwdriver to look behind it, essentially find the hole that you're looking for, poke a hole through it with a screwdriver, and then just place your drill in that area, so you can round it out and make it a little bit bigger. Because really, when you poke a hole in the carpet, you just can't see it. So making the holes a little bit bigger so you can slide the bolts through and all that is easy. And then it's going to be a little longer on the edge, which is expected. So you'll just trim a little bit to tuck it underneath the piece that goes here. But yeah, still moving. GoPro's hot. I need to do the same thing on this side, cut it. I'll probably get closer to the bottom this time and then poke a hole like I did on the other side after the fact, and then yeah, pull it up. So almost there, almost there. And then just buttoning up the carpet around the gas lid, and then we switch gears and go straight for all the rest of the air con stuff inside. All right, so basically what we have left is the dash. Now that we've put the AC piece in, the carpet's basically in all the way. It's the edges that we'll have to come back and finish up, but those are pretty much, yeah, I just need to cut them shorter so I can tuck them underneath this lip. And then I think there's something that holds the carpet in, so I may look that up and try and find that, but otherwise, yeah, this is time to put the dash in, baby. So we just needed to put the bolts back in now that everything is cut out for the emergency brake. And then we'll switch again back to going and putting in the evaporator inside. This is a brand new evaporator, so it should work well when I get AC again, but haven't hooked anything up yet. All right, so I'm putting my AC back in, or the blower and everything back in. And then I was looking at these and I was trying to figure out why I didn't have much airflow before. I felt like it was just kind of disappearing. Pretty sure it's because of these right here. So this is the weather stripping in between that holds everything and keeps the air from kind of slipping out. So I'm gonna take all this, grind it off, and then replace it with some new stuff. The new stuff might be wider than this, but we'll see. It is definitely wider, but that's okay. So it'll give us more surface area, I guess, at the end of the day. So let's try it out, see how it goes. So it's a little thick, but I think once it's squeezed down, it'll kind of work out a little bit better. I'm sure, I'm hoping anyway. So we got it on this side, looks pretty good. Seems like it's sealed all the way around. And then same here. So hopefully it just remains that way. Now it's time to put the dash back in finally, which is always a big step. Always have to kind of finagle it a little bit, move it around a couple times. Having the shifter in did not help in this scenario, but we just kind of lifted it up and over it in order to kind of position everything where it needed to be, and then it worked out. All right, so officially back on the ground. We got the carpet in. I got the roll bar in. Pretty much I got this quickly from Amazon just to be able to snap in and basically put in some buttons behind this. So that way you just snap in and then this will kind of hold itself together. This part, well, you can't really see it because it's just pure black in here now, but yeah, all the carpet's in all the way through and through. Looks nice, looks clean. I gotta fix the bottom end, but that's probably about it. And then, yeah, we can put the seats back in. I'm gonna put the harnesses in first, put the seats back in, and then that's it, right? I think. Well, besides, as far as interior wise goes, then we gotta put the window back in and the glass and all that stuff. So that'll be next, but otherwise, yeah. Once all this is done, I need to vacuum before I put the seats in because there's just stuff from moving all over the place and getting in and out of the car and everything. So almost there, almost there. So do a little bit of maintenance not really maintenance, just changing the light bulb colors behind the cluster itself. So I like everything that's in here. I may change these eventually, the gauges themselves, but not today. At least as of now, the color that I had on the back of this was purple, so I'm going to change that to be just pure white, essentially. Because me as a younger kid, I guess, so to speak, purple was a cool color. Still like purple, no issues there, but yeah, I'd rather just this be a white again. So I got some individual individual rings to come around too. So I'll show you those when they show up and I'll put those on, but for now, this is what the purple one looks like. Can't tell the difference. And then here is the cool white one, essentially. So we'll see what they look like, how bright they are in comparison. But yeah, it's basically just once you pop it out, you're pretty much just going to, let me set this down. Take the old one, this is the back of this. So you'll just pop it out, just literally pull on it. And the new one goes in. There is a inside piece right here. It just sits right in there. So just push it in. Doesn't matter which direction you're going. Put it this way and flip it over and do the same thing. There's no wrong answer there. And then when you're ready to put it back in, then you'll just go ahead and set it in there. And it's gonna line up and you'll just twist it. So got a few more of those I need to do just here on the corners, but I've already replaced this one. These are the turn signals up top. So I'm not gonna replace those. I think this one is one of the other lights in the center that I may or may not replace. Let's see. Nope, won't replace this one. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. So let me swap this out and then we should be good. So here it is without the backing on it. It's gonna be nice and bright again. So I'll be able to see pretty much everything I need. At night, it's hard to see the purple sometimes, so that's the reason I went with white instead. But yeah, wait for the ring covers. I'll probably put the normal cover back on just to prevent all that from being seen. But otherwise, yeah, another thing off the list. All right, so latest update so far. We trimmed the carpet up so it really can just tuck, which we can do now. It can just tuck underneath. And then we'll cut some of this out as time goes on and we get the other panels back in. But that way all that's covered up through and through, nice and clean. And then we have up here, so the buttons I got originally were not big enough. They're just not thick enough to go through all this, so I need some heavy duty ones. Get that another time, but we're putting the harnesses in right now. So easiest way to put harnesses in that I found is don't loop it all the way through and through. Just push it through so it doesn't move. And you tug on it and then put the seat in and test fit. This way you don't have to unravel it a billion times, because this wrap piece or this pull whatever needs to go through 2 more times. So right now it's snug as it is, but yeah, the proper way is just to wrap it 2 more times and then we'll be set. So I'll just show you on the driver's side. Let me go over there real quick and then we can go through it. This is the harness itself, facing outward. The clip facing this way because it sits on the roll bar. It's a little bent. So you have that portion of it, and then you're gonna wrap this excess under. You'll go under, you'll go over, and then you'll feed through. So up. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll pull it tight so it's closer to the roll bar itself. Just make sure everything's lined up how you want it. The way I'm going with these is I just want them to kind of rest in the same position for all of them so I can adjust accordingly, but right now I'll just feed it through the bottom portion, from top through into the bottom, and then just kind of tug on a little bit so that way you have the excess kind of pulled up and pulled down. So this way you can check and see if this is long enough, short enough, and then because you'll need to go back up through again, through this top, back up, and then back through this way and then pull it, and then you'll be done. So just FYI. Ta-da! This one's a little lower, but ta-da! So we're pretty much set to put the seats in. That's quick. All right, so I got some new fender layer edge trim. I'll put that on another day. This video is long enough as is, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're gonna be driving today. I ended up putting, don't mind this still needs to be replaced. We got these small interior pieces to put together. But we have the carpet all the way in. We have the seats in. I didn't record any of that because it was just a pain putting all that stuff in. So harnesses from last time, you know that. But yeah, the seats are in. Everything's pretty much in. I just need to finish up the dash portion of things, and that's it. So we'll get cracking on that, but that'll be in the next video to finish that out. For this one, that's it for now. And the next one we'll be driving around and seeing what the town is like with this car again. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
I'm about to get it, no takebacks. Do my thing like I'm bringing 88 back. I'ma shoot my shot and I'ma make that. Got 'em all but hurt and they hate that. I don't talk much, but I